Hi strangers, this is going to be a Thoughts from Places video. Sometime in February, I woke up refreshed in Old Town Alexandria, Virginia, logged onto Tumblr to enjoy the endlessly scrolling TFIOS posts, picked up a copy of a magazine which quoted John as a video star, and ordered some pancakes.
Pancakes.
Then I took a taxi to the Gaylord Hotel, which had literally a little village inside its atrium. I did conference planning and nerdy people meeting at meetings and hopped on the Green Line. The first thing I noticed upon arriving at the National Mall is how clean and well-kept Washington, D.C. was. I saw the Museum of Natural History, which housed some interesting mammals, and an adult-sized elephant, the Air and Space Museum, where you can touch a piece of the moon, the Washington Monument, the Willard Hotel, where Dr. Martin Luther King put the final touches on his I Have a Dream speech before he was later immortalized in this rock, and the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. On my final night in town, I took a walk past the White House. I was too intimidated to film it, but I asked the guard if Obama was home, and he told me to Google it. You might ask yourself, why is it so exciting to see these places? Some of them are just, pretty buildings where boring stuff happens. My answer is seeing them in person makes politics real. Government is real for all of us, whether we choose to participate in it or whether we choose to ignore it. So right, Hank, it was a beautiful day. There had been no snow to date yet this winter. While we're on the topic of snow, the illusion of power in government really depends on the snowflakes. It starts with one person packing a few handfuls of stuff into something that maybe might have some impact on your sister's head, put a dent in your neighbor's car. The more stuff you pack together, the heavier the snowball gets, until eventually you need help rolling it around. When you're finally done, you might need more people to help lift it. So then you have this great snowman of Captain Jack Sparrow, or of Jabba the Hutt, or of Totoro, that lots of people really like or really hate, depending on whether your snowman is red or blue, of course. The point is, Hank, we're all snowflakes. You and I are snowflakes. Local politicians are snowflakes. The most important decision you make when you step into the voting booth, it's not the one for president or for vice president. It's for the snowflakes. I found a field of snowflakes in the middle of McPherson Square. The snowflakes were gathered under a makeshift tent. It was a purple tarp that Occupy protesters pulled over a statue of Civil War hero James B. McPherson after they were asked to clear out their own tents from the square. It was their final act of shelter. On the side of the tent were the words, "Tent of Dreams. Let us sleep so we can dream of a better world." My favorite part was the National Archive building, where I got to see the first copies of documents like the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, the Articles of Confederation. Most were so faded that they were barely readable, but it's amazing to see them. I made my way to see Lincoln, and oh my God, Hank, Lincoln was so awesome, but it was cold. I wonder if these dudes from the Korean War knew that there was no conceivable edge to the universe. I would venture to say that they knew more about the price of freedom. This got me thinking, if we knew the definitive truth about the edge of the universe, what price would we pay for knowing it? One thing I noticed from reading those little blurby things they put around museums, which you should always read, by the way, is that influential leaders talked a lot about their friends. Many of these guys knew each other and really depended on friendship to inspire them. I also made some friends with a squirrel who thought he was a seagull, and bummed around Chinatown before heading back on the road. The road goes ever on and on. In this case, it was back home to New York City. Alright, bye girls. I'll see you next week. Hope you enjoyed the video.